16,953 was the attendance tonight. Sellout. What a great atmosphere, huh? Fun in there. A lot of energy. The all-tournament team, the goaltender was Hampton Slakinski from Western Michigan. The defenseman, Z. Boyum from Denver, and Yona Väisänen from Western Michigan. Forwards, Tim Washi from Western Michigan, Cole Iserman from Boston University, Owen Michaels from Western Michigan, and the most outstanding player, no surprise, Owen Michaels from Western Michigan. "64 degrees here, high temperature in St. Louis, kind of in the middle of high temperatures for Frozen Four championship days. Of course, our record was just a couple of years ago in Tampa. It was 85, 2023. And if you're wondering when we've been here in St. Louis the last time, 2007, anybody guess what the high temperature was that day? Oh, good guess. 37, a little chillier. And 47 when we were here in 1975. Of course, the Michigan schools continue to win here in St. Louis. As we know, 3 for 3 now with Michigan Tech winning in 75, 50 years ago. Michigan State the last time we were here in 2007, and now Western Michigan. The NCHC has won 7 of the last 9 national championships. They are on quite a run. Western Michigan joins Michigan, Denver, Cornell, and Lake Superior State as the 5th school to win a national championship in its first Frozen Four appearance, last being Lake Superior State in 88. Cornell was in 67, Denver in 58, Michigan in 48. Of course, that was the first national championship, so that would follow. First ever. You catch that? Cole Kressberg-Rosen now holds the distinction, thanks to Jason Hadju, who came up with this. 14 letters in his last name. They're the most ever for a player to score a goal in a national championship game. There we go. You talk about scintillating stuff here, right? That's a pretty good one. It's great to have Bill Daly, the Deputy Commissioner of the National Hockey League, here tonight watching. This was our 34th national championship game in the month of April as well. First time we played in April was back in 1988 in Lake Placid. April 12th or later for a national title game. 7th time. April 13th is the latest we played. We played April 13th 3 times, and this is the 4th time on April 12th, so getting pretty late in the calendar. Who won the... We used to have a third place game. Anybody around when we used to have a third place game in the national tournament? Who was the last school to win the third place game? Anybody know? North Dakota? The team that won was green, so you're kind of in the ballpark there. Dartmouth, good. Michigan State. Dartmouth, good guess. Michigan State beat Maine in 1989 in St. Paul at the old St. Paul Civic Center. Back where they used to have clear dasher boards. Does anybody remember this? They were clear. Harvard won the championship that year. Yeah, very good. We're also quite grateful to our host, St. Louis Sports Commission. Obviously, the great staff here at the Enterprise Center, University of Vermont. It's been a great championship, and what a cap to it here tonight. We'll use the microphones, as you know, and if you have not silenced your electronic devices, we've been doing quite well on that without fines. So let's finish it off strong and not have any interruptions. And we'll ask Coach Pandolfo for an opening comment and then take your questions for the players, let them go, and then finish up with Coach Pandolfo. We might be a little more freewheeling for the second group. Just let it flow. But we'll want to mix it up and not just get on a roll with the players. Or the head coach, rather. The players is great. Of course, you all know we will be next year in Las Vegas. Anybody planning on attending? All right, we've got a handful. We'll see. Yeah, all right, good. Yeah. All right, we welcome Boston University, and we'll just start with some opening thoughts from Coach Pandolfo. Jay?
Yeah, Western Michigan played a good hockey game. They're a good team. I thought overall we played hard. We competed. They got a couple more breaks and finished a couple more plays than we did, and ended up on the right side of it. It's it's tough to put into words how this feels, especially for our players. Especially our senior class is going to be moving on, and other guys that may move on as well. But I'm really proud of this group, starting with these two guys up here, Devin Kaplan and Quinn Hudson, our leadership group that there's no way we get to this point without them, and how well they've represented the program the last 3 years. It's hard to get here, and clearly we know it's very hard to win this last game, but I'm really proud of them, and this is tough to swallow.
Thanks, Jay. Questions for the players? Okay, right here in front.
Ryan, your decision
Did
to
you
come...
identify yourself?
Charlie DiMatteo, WTVU Sports. Ryan, obviously not the result you want tonight, but can you just speak about this year? It was a tough decision to come back, and how pleased you were you got to this point.
Yeah, I mean, happy we got here. Didn't win it, so I don't know. Just sucks. Just really proud of our group, and I don't know. We've been through a lot, so just proud of our group.
Okay, here in front.
Mitch Fink, Boston Hockey Blog. Shane, what does BU hockey mean to you?
I mean, it means everything. It's. I mean, I've grown up playing, going to BU and watching games and stuff like that, and you dream of winning a national championship, and it just sucks that we came up short.
Okay, over here on the left in the front.
Sam Rowehagen, Boston Hockey Blog. Ryan, in the huddle around the goal right before the game, looked like you had the speech to the team. I'm just wondering what you said to the team in that moment.
Just trying to get them fired up. I mean, same thing as every other game. We, felt prepared, felt like we had the right approach. Just try to get them fired up for the game. But, yeah.
Okay, over here.
Eli Cloutier, Boston Hockey Blog. Shane, this season was, a little up and down for you guys at the start. So you just kind of talk about the resolve and the resiliency that you guys showed to get to this point?
Yeah, I think Ryan talked about it. I'm extremely proud of our group. I'm not sure if anyone thought we were going to be here. We always did. So I'm just proud of our group and believing in each other. And like I said, it sucks that we're not on the other side of this. So.
Okay, anything further for the players? Okay, here on the left.
Brendan Nordstrom, BU Today, just for both of you, like I said, up and down season, what will you remember most about this group?
Ryan?
Honestly, probably nothing to do with hockey. It's just like the things off the ice, camaraderie. We just had a really special group in there, and they're brothers to me now, and just really thankful that I got to spend a year with them.
Shane?
Yeah, I mean, I think, you're at the rink every day. You're going to class every day with the same 26 guys it is, and I think it's tough to kind of just see it end so abruptly. And I mean, like I said, it's like Greeny said, it's not going to be anything with hockey. Obviously, we had a successful year. But what I'm going to remember most is just, hanging out with the guys off the ice, going to dinners, whatever that may be. And, it stings because, you don't have much time left with this group.
Okay, very good. Guys, thanks very much. Appreciate it. Further questions for Coach Pandolfo? Anybody have anything further? Okay, over here, John.
Jay,
Did you identify yourself?
I'm sorry, John Worrell with the Associated Press. How do you take away this one? And was there an explanation on why that goal was disallowed with about 8 minutes left?
Yeah, they said it was tied up. So he blew the whistle, I guess. I haven't seen the replay of it, so I'm not sure exactly what it looked like. Someone said it was on top of his pad, and we pushed it in. But I mean, it's hard to comment when I don't see the replay yet. We just rely on our just live. It looked like the puck was still moving, but it's a far away from where I was sitting or standing. So yeah, the explanation was the whistle blew and it was tied up.
Okay, somebody else was over here? No, okay, Joe.
Joe Smith at The Athletic. Jay, you know how hard it is to get here and to win as a player and obviously as a coach. Just how do you balance kind of being proud of getting here 3 straight times versus kind of disappointment of not being able to kind of finish it off?
Yeah, you're proud to get here, but you want to finish the job, so it hurts. More like I really feel for our players more than anything else because it's hard and it's special to win this thing, and I want to see those guys experience that. That's my goal, is for me to see our players and our program experience that again. That's what I want to see, and we're going to keep knocking at the door here. Obviously, and we came up a little short. Like I said, I am proud of our guys that I thought we competed, all the way through. Western Michigan's a good hockey team. They're well coached. They're a heavy team. They play hard. That it was overall it was a good game. I don't think it was quite a 6-2 game. I mean, obviously, we're pushing really hard there. It's 3-2. We're pushing real hard. We're getting our chances. Puck's not going in the net, and they end up getting a break, and they make it 4-2. And it was a little tough from that point on.
Okay, over here on the left.
Mitch Fink, Boston Hockey Blog. Coach, as you reflect back, what will be your lasting memory of this year's team?
Yeah, just how resilient they were. We're a really young team. I mean, our lineup that's dressed tonight, I don't think it or its average age of, I bet it's not even 21. So it's a really young team, and I'm real proud of them. They've really matured over the course of the season. And that's what you look at from start to finish. Did your team improve over the year? And clearly we did, and we made it to this point, just came up a little short. So real proud of this group. Yeah.
Okay.
Eli Cloutier, Boston Hockey Blog. Coach, you mentioned it briefly in your opening statement. Can you just talk a little bit about what Ryan and Shane just kind of mean to you in this program?
Yeah, a lot. Ryan Quinn and Devin Kaplan, Tristan Amonte, Jack Page, those guys were here my first year, so they're a big reason why we're at where we're at right now as a program. They mean a lot to me. And then Shane, obviously the relationship I've had with his family, his grandfather, his uncle was my roommate for 4 years at school. I know his mom really well. I know his dad really well. So that just to see him be able to experience this, and how proud I am of him and the leadership he brought to our group. He's a sophomore captain. That's probably unheard of at most places, but that's the type of person he is. And same with Ryan. He's a great leader this year. He's grown a lot, both on and off the ice. I mean, he's going to be in the National Hockey League shortly. So I'm so proud of these guys. Like it makes me feel good about our program because of the type of character players we have and the type of people they are. And so real proud of them.
Okay.
Sam Rowehagen, Boston Hockey Blog. Coach, where have you seen Ryan grow as a leader this year?
Just his approach every day. the way he practiced every day, his habits. Those are probably the biggest areas. I mean, he was a leader for us beforehand, but he didn't wear a C last year. And again, like I talked about, it's a young leadership group, and that's not always easy, especially when you have a young team on top of that. So yeah, it was fun to watch those guys grow as leaders this year, and they put a lot of pressure on themselves early on, especially we weren't playing well. But they got past that and just realized they just got to go out there and lead by example and do things the right way, and that's what they did.
Okay, are we good? All right, Jay, thanks very much.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Head coach with the first name of Pat to ever win the national championship. How about that? You got that one down, John? John, were you in here? This is Jason Hedge who came up with this one. It's a pretty good one, I think. Cole Krusberg Rosen, 14 letters, and his last name is the most of a player ever to score a goal in a national championship game. There we go, 14 letters.
This was the whole break the spell checker.
It's a spell checker game, yeah. For Schweiler. On. I didn't, honestly. Did you ask Phil? We can ask Phil. That's a good one too. Western Michigan, the sixth different first-time champion in the last 12 years, which kind of fun. Western Michigan, of course, this year, Quinnipiac in 2023, UMass in 2021, Providence in 2015, Union in 2014, and Yale in 2013. So had quite a run of first-time champions. Sixth in 12 years. Western Michigan, Quinnipiac in 2023, UMass 2021, Providence 2015, Union 2014, and Yale 2013. And that was another nice, great note from Mr. Hadjdu. Total? All seven now have been in the Frozen Four and in a national championship game. How many Michigan schools? Let's see. What's that? Because Michigan, Michigan State, Michigan Tech have all won. Northern's won. Western's won. Ferris has not won. They've been in the Frozen Four. Yeah, three times. Who are we missing? Lake Superior's won, yeah, so all but Ferris, yeah. Ferris was in the Frozen Four in 2013 but didn't win, or 2012. 7 schools, 6 have won national titles, yeah. How many like the 6:30 start time? A few? Okay. Yes, we were just waiting on you, sir. Yeah. Thank you, Scott. You guys, you young guys there, you want to come up just for a second and fill in and answer a couple questions while we're waiting for the players? Look at them melting their chairs. That's a no thank you.
We're actually here to watch you.
Oh yeah, for the future. Yes, I like it. Great show last night too over at the Stiefel Theater, and thanks to all involved in that great night. I know many of you have been to that before. That was another step forward with an hour-long show and all the awards, and the great job by our friends at NHL Network and people involved with the Hobie Baker Committee, and of course all the major awards. And next year, we might as well do it at the Sphere. What do you think? We need a big donor for that. A real big donor. This was also our fourth national title game since we've had this format in 2003 that featured a number 1 seed and a number 2 seed in the regionals. And the others were in 2012. BC beat Ferris State, speaking of Ferris State, 4-1 in Tampa. Denver beat North Dakota 4-1 in Columbus. And in 2004 in Boston, Denver beat Maine 1-0. The all-tournament team, if you didn't see it, Hampton Silkinski, the goaltender from Western Michigan, 2 defensemen, Zeke Boyum from Denver, Joona Väisänen from Western Michigan, and the 3 forwards were Tim Washy from Western, Cole Iserman from Boston University, Owen Michaels from Western Michigan, and Owen Michaels also the most outstanding player. All right, the Broncos, I've been told, should be here just shortly. Coach is just about to make his way down with the players. Has everybody met Marvin? Yeah, you all know Marvin the Martian. Marvin is the Frozen 4 media mascot right here. If you haven't met Marvin, he'll be available for selfies after we're done if you'd like. Born in 1999 at the Frozen 4 in Anaheim, when a group of people went out to Dave & Buster's on the Tuesday night getting ready. Won a bunch of tickets and the group decided to get a Frozen 4 media mascot to represent all of you, Marvin the Martian. So kudos. John, did you get a picture with Marvin yet? You're good. Okay. You're not alone. You do? All right, good. Yes. Yes, you can, absolutely. He's friendly. Yeah. Game changer, yeah. Brian Smith was telling me Marvin was tempted to go to the Hockey East Championship, but there was a vote taken, and he only appears at the Frozen 4. So, yeah. Question? Go right ahead.
The last time, or if ever, a team who made their first Frozen 4 appearance won the Frozen 4?
It's in the notes, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Lake State, Cornet, and Michigan in 48. First one, yeah, which it's true, but it's not in the spirit of the note, I would say, right? But if you want to be actual, you can write that. So 88, Lake Superior State was the last one. Cornell 67, Denver in 58, and Michigan the first ever one in 48. And do you know where the first ever national championship took place? Oh, very good. Somebody tell you that? Oh, that was good. Shortly. We're going to find out, John, together. I'm just going by. Until we get another short. Got another update for you. They're coming shortly. Yeah. Todd, do you remember more partisan crowds? I'm trying to think of when we would have had the. Yeah, but this was as partisan a crowd as I can. I'm just trying to think back. Yeah. It was pretty wild, actually. I was like, Cornell? Ooh. I was hoping this year for Coach Schaefer. going out retiring. Hey, Tim. You wanted something different? No. Oh. Yeah. He had a good tournament, no doubt. Yeah. What's the record for most goals? 2014 Frozen Four was the first time we started cutting down the nets in hockey for the national championship winner. Oh, here come the boys. You're wet.
Yes, soaking wet.
Oh. All right. We have the national champs here, and we'll start with some thoughts from Coach Firschweiler, who he just explained to me kind of the little bit of the delay in getting here. First?
Well, I was doing my hair. You know, that water bath, can really throw a guy off. But one, I want to congratulate Boston University on a tremendous season in a hard-fought contest. But two, I want to say how proud I am of this team. They stuck together. They believed in themselves from start to finish, not only in the season, this game, but they stayed focused on each game, each individual game, one by one all season. And the leadership we have up here, phenomenal. Great group of young men that cared about each other all year. Couldn't be more proud of them.
All right, we'll take your questions. Players in the back.
Owen Gelber with the Center County Report. This question's for any three of you on the podium. Can you guys speak about the Lawson Lunatics? I'm from Penn State myself. I've never, been to the arena in Kalamazoo, and can't say I've seen more beer get drinking out of shoes or mullets or shirtless fans, to be exact. Yeah, there was craziness going on in the seating bowl. I don't know if you guys saw that, but can you just speak on the Lawson Lunatics and the support that you guys have and what it means to you?
Tim.
Yeah, no, I mean, they earn their name every night, right? You saw that tonight. I mean, they travel real well, too. Holy. The support's phenomenal. You can't ask for better fans that we have.
You guys, Hampton, you got anything on that?
Yeah, I mean, they're nuts. Every home game we have, it's rocking, and they're lined up for hours before the game out there. So, yeah, they're unreal.
And what did you see from your vantage point tonight, Owen?
Yeah, I mean, they're the best. I love playing in front of them. They give us the energy and the mojo each and every night, and it's awesome, seeing them and feeling their support each and every night.
That was a great beginning question right there. Yeah. All right, John, right here in the front.
John Worrell with the Associated Press. Tim, what's it mean to be the captain of this first national championship team and what this team's been through? And secondly, if I may, a question about what do you make of Owen Michaels and what he's done over these past couple of days?
Yeah, it's just a great feeling being a part of this group. I mean, we said at the start of the year it was special, and we wanted to prove that. And we did it. We did it every day by just focusing on each day at a time, getting better every day, and then just came down to belief. And then, Mike's, oh man, where to start? I mean, biggest stage, the big players show up, and that's what he did. He came up huge for us this weekend, and yeah, just so happy for him and these guys.
Okay, back here on the left.
Chris Lurch, U.S. College Hockey Online. It's questions for Hampton. Can you talk a little bit about your journey here? You committing to Northern initially and then coming here with your brother and ending up where you are?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a crazy last year for sure. I was obviously planning to go to Northern, this year, and with all three coaches leaving there, we were able to open up our recruitment, and yeah, we were open to going anywhere and just trying to find the best spot for both of us. And we were lucky that the best spot was at the same spot. And yeah, we knew right after the Zoom call with the coaches that we were going to come here. And obviously with the history of the last 3 years making the tourney, we knew we'd have a chance to win. And yeah, it's just really special to share this with him. And we're just fortunate to be a part of this team.
All right, Adrian.
Adrian Dater, Detroit Free Press. Hampton, it's all good now. You're a champion. You got a net on your head, but almost 4 goals tonight where you had the puck wrapped up. They got 2. Was there was that one of those nights for you that you probably never had on goals like that? But how were you feeling, especially on that delay, that challenge on the 3rd goal that could have been their 3rd goal?
Yeah, to be honest, I mean, that's just hockey. Some nights, you're controlling it well. Some nights, it's kind of bouncing. And the first one is just the guy made a good play. He got a stick on it before he could cover it. And yeah, that one in the 3rd, I didn't see the shot. I was just sealed up against the post, and I think RD was in front of me, or maybe their guy didn't even see it, and it just hit me. And to be honest, I didn't know where it went, so I didn't know what the call was going to be. But I knew with the no goal call on the ice that it was probably going to be no goal.
That net does look pretty good on you, guys. All right, Joe.
Joe Smith with The Athletic. Owen, you scored the empty netter and you raced towards the bench and jump into a mega pile there. Like, what's going through your mind then? And can you tell us what you were screaming out there towards the stand?
Yeah, I'm not too sure what I was screaming, but that just a ton of emotions, and that goal was not about me one bit. It was about this team and this group and doing something this program's never done. So I just wanted to be with the guys.
All right, further questions for the players? We get all right in the back, and then back here, and then we'll come back to you, John.
Josh Bartosik, Com Radio. We heard earlier about just the fans in attendance, but there seemed to be a lot of alumni too, former players, former coaches. Can any 3 of you speak on what it meant to have their support and have them travel out here to watch you guys win your first ever national championship?
Tim?
Yeah, no, they're around us a lot. Those guys support us, tremendously, and they want to be around. And yeah, we got a close knit family and a group of alumni here, and yeah, just everyone wants to be a part of this, and yeah, just a special moment for everyone.
Could you guys hear the fans well on the bench?
Felt like a home game.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty festive in there, that's for sure. What else we have? Anything else? All right, John. Sorry.
John Worrell with the AP for Owen. What do you make of these last 3 days, scoring the overtime, and then how much did you sense that was how pivotal a moment and a goal that was when you made it 4-2 at that point?
Yeah, it was definitely a big moment in the game, and kind of tilt the ice back our way in our favor. But like I said earlier, it's not about me one bit. It's about this group, and the Western Michigan Broncos doing something we've never done. And each and every year, it seems like the bar keeps getting raised, and we took a lot of pride this year in doing our part, and we sure did.
All right, the back, Owen.
Hampton, this question's for you. Did you get the chance to speak with Huckarainen yet when he was laying across your goal line? He kind of stopped that 3rd goal from going in. Did you give him a thank you after the game? Did you speak with him about that play?
No, yeah, in the moment, I remember saying something. I don't remember what I said, but yeah, I just said, I don't know what I said, but yeah, that was huge. Yeah, I think he got it before I covered it, so yeah, that was a good play. I didn't even know until I saw the replay, looked up, and I was kind of laughing to myself when I saw that. Yeah, that was funny for sure.
All right, are we good with players? Looks like it. All right, guys.
Good job,
enjoy.
boys. Go enjoy.
Thank you. Attaboy, Owen.
Yeah, he does. Take it with him. There you go.
That is just beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, perfect.
Yeah.
Couldn't be any better, First. Questions for Coach Firstweiler? Okay, Scott in front here.
Scott Trinity College Hockey West. Coach, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, you keep checking boxes. There's no more to check right now, right? How does it feel?
Well, it feels great, honestly, and just the pride I feel as an alum and former captain of this program, and to see it reach new heights, and to have this group, especially young men, execute at that level and care about each other at that level is so special.
John?
John Morrow with the AP, congratulations. Just what did you make of the flow of the game? And then when Owen, especially with those 2 long delays in the third period and both going your way, and then Owen getting that 4th goal to make it 4-2. What do you make?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think either one of those calls, honestly, were controversial in any way. I think they were easy calls. In fact, the refs came over and said, we're looking at it, but it's no goal. The delays are fine because you get to rest your top players. We're not panicking. We're a calm group, so nothing's going to phase us. And then obviously they were pushing there when it was 3-2, and we talk about having to skate out of scrums. That's exactly what Owen Michaels did, right? There's a flurry around the net, and a lot of people want to whack the puck out of there, and it's hard to skate. And he skates all the way down the ice and then buries it at the other end. It's a winning hockey play and something we talk about on a regular basis.
Okay, over here, Jeremy.
Coach Jeremy Rutherford from The Athletic. I think people who are just seeing your team were impressed, top to bottom, quality team. I think tonight, 2 goals by D and then a couple by bottom 6 forwards. Can you speak to the depth of your club and what an advantage that is to you?
Well, it's a huge advantage. We've had depth all year in scoring. I think we're the number 1 or number 2 team in scoring in the country. That's for a reason. We're not just carried by one guy. We have a superstar, Alex Bump, no doubt, but we have a lot of good supporting players. And some of the most important moments of the game, Wyatt Shingothi, Garrett Sidlowski to Cam Knubel to Ty Hendricks. I mean, but we believe in these guys. They believe in each other, and they knew they were going to execute, and they just played Bronco hockey and stuck with it. Again, just happy for that crew.
By the way, before I forget, a photographer left their camera on the ice somehow. So if it happens to be yours, you can come and get it afterwards. All right, Adrian, and then Joe.
Adrian Dater, Detroit Free Press. Coach, college rosters change so fast. It's hard to be a, quote, dynasty at any college sport. But, how much are you going to just relish now maybe making those recruiting calls as a national championship call? How much do you realistically think it's going to really boost your recruiting in the next couple of years?
Well, we've had some great recruiting, as you can tell by that team on the ice. And but what we're trying to do is build something players want to come to. And we talked about the alums earlier and how proud they are. What I know, and certainly I felt when I played there, is players that play for Western Michigan love being Broncos. And there's a true pride in our program from top to bottom. And when you're there, you love your experience there. And that's what we want to create first. And then we believe that'll attract players.
Okay, Joe?
Joe Smith with The Athletic. Pat, you mentioned you felt Tim is the best captain in college hockey this year. Obviously, moving on, just what you think he could bring to the next level in the NHL in terms of his skill set and what he brings?
Well, I think he's a winning forward on any given team in the NHL, obviously later down in the lineup, but he can win a draw against anyone. He can kill a penalty, and his physicality, honestly, and it doesn't probably seem like it to you guys, has dialed back a little this year because he's almost too strong at times for college hockey. He's 6'3", he's 215 pounds, chisel out of a piece of granite, and at times he's got to control himself so he doesn't just destroy people out there and get penalties. His penalties went way down this year. His offense went way up. He refocused his energy and his compete in a real leadership type of way.
All right, Todd in front here.
Todd Molesky with USCHO. Pat, I don't know if you ever imagined what the last minute of a national championship game with you on the right end of it would feel like. But if you did, how did this compare?
Well, it's a great last minute when you're up 6-2. It's probably a different feeling when you're up 3-2. So we certainly enjoyed it. Our players enjoyed it on the bench, and obviously we got the 4th goal, the 5th goal, and we're trying to calm people down a little bit because there's some game left. With a minute left, we could feel that the championship was ours, and we got to hug it out. Not only is my staff, to me, the best and most supportive staff I could possibly have, but they're also my best friends. So to live it with them and to earn this with them, extremely important.
In the back.
Hey, Coach, we heard from some of your players.
Identify yourself again.
Sorry, Josh Bartosik, Com Radio. We heard from some of your players earlier that tonight felt almost like a home game. Can you speak to just the atmosphere as a whole inside Enterprise and just the ability of your fans and just the Bronco country to come out and support your team in such a big way?
I mean, amazing performance from Bronco Nation all weekend, especially tonight. It certainly did feel like a home game. And, you look up there, Kalamazoo was only 150,000 people, and it felt like half the town was here. It was great. You could feel it. You could feel the presence in the streets during the day. They push our players forward. We don't achieve at the level we achieve at every day without their belief in our program and their support of our program.
You have to build a bigger rink.
Right? We're on it, Fish. We're on it.
in the back, Chris.
Chris Peters, Flow Hockey. Pat, thinking back to the start of your coaching career, started with youth hockey, building a program. I believe Jason Herter was part of that as well. Just in terms of the path to here, I mean, going back to that time, how big of a dream was this for you? Did you think this was possible? And how does it feel now that you've achieved it?
Yeah, for those in the room that don't know, I started coaching. I had to create a midget program in Kansas City, or Overland Park, Kansas. So not exactly a hockey hotbed, but we turned it into kind of a national powerhouse. And we did a lot of the principles that we brought here to Western Michigan. And that's players that love hockey, players that want and love to work every day. We believe that work is the secret sauce of success, and we haven't lost that. We're still a blue-collar program. We'll continue to be that every single day, knowing that if you outwork the next guy, you can beat him when it matters most.
Okay. Back there.
Jackie Spiegel, Philadelphia Inquirer. Congratulations. You and Alex Bump had a pretty long hug there on the ice, and looked like a conversation. Can you kind of take us through that and just reflect on his season?
Well, Alex Bump's a star. Him choosing us and believing in what we're trying to do here, him coming every day and getting better every single day, which he has the last 2 years, and now he's turned himself into a National Hockey League player, no doubt in my mind. But I was told I loved him and I was proud of him.
Awesome. Okay. Back.
Coach, can you speak a little bit about your relationship?
You got to keep introducing
yourself.
for the trends.
Sorry. Josh Bartosik, Com Radio. Can you speak a little bit about your relationship with the athletic director, Dan? You guys almost sort of arrived at Western Michigan around the same time, and I think there was word that he helped fly out some of the fans out tonight. Just to speak to what he's done to help build this program to where it is now.
Well, to be successful, you need the resources and the support and the belief for your administration. I've talked open and honestly at all times. Dan Bartholomew is a superstar athletic director. He's organized our department. He's given us direction and support. Every coach at Western Michigan University feels exactly the same way. We feel supported and believed in and freed up to do the best job we can do.
Okay, in the front here.
John Worrell with the AP. For those who don't know or haven't seen Owen Michaels, what do you make of his performance these last two games?
Well, I talked the other day about, last year Owen Michaels had 2 goals and maybe 6 assists or some version of that, but his quality of play was higher than his points. So we knew he had offense in him. Now, did we know he had 18 goals and all these things? But we also know he's a warrior. He's a future captain of this program, no doubt about it. And the funny thing about Warriors is they always show up at the biggest moments. And he showed up at the biggest moment, and there was no doubt in our mind.
Okay, Scott, one more here in the front.
Scott Strandy, College Hockey News. Let's go into this a little bit because nobody knows about your program. I've been with you a lot, and this year I saw a whole bunch of Bronco fans come out of the woodwork, walking around here, walking around the arena today, listening to the arena today. Did it feel like people now know who Western Michigan is?
Well, certainly our fans have known for a while that we're a team that competes, that cares, and tries to represent the Broncos as best as we can every single day. And we're a simple program because I believe simple is repeatable. Repeatable is successful, and that's what we try to do every day. Our guys come to work. They love coming to the rink, and they love each other, and that's a recipe for success anywhere.
All right, Fersh. Warm congrats. Have a blast tonight.
Thank you.
Enjoy.
I'll leave mine here.